Tonight we will be having a quick discussion regarding support and resistance and one of the hacks I use to help determine ranges. Okay, hopefully you will find them useful para sa inyo and makakatulong sila sa iyo or sa inyo in your trading moving forward. Okay, so let's start muna dun sa pag-hack ng ranges. Okay, siya kasi yung pinaka-basic na ginagamit ko para ma-ascertain ko kaagad sa simula pa lang na kung ano yung tinitingnan kong range na pwede kong i-trade. Okay? So, this typically works better sa mga stocks na mas magaganda yung itsura ng chart. Meaning, iniiwasan ko yung mga chart na parang ganito yung itsura. Hindi naman dahil sa ayaw ko ng OPM. No? It's just that usually yung mga barcode na charts, mas mahirap basahin. Yung mga either barcode or parang puro dashes lang ganun. Mas mahirap basahin, mas hindi reliable, and uh, nahihirapan talaga ako na i-trade siya. So hindi ko na binacktest tong system na to sa mga ganitong klaseng chart. Okay? I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm not. All I'm saying is I don't know if it works because I don't use it that way. Okay? So, start tayo sa index name muna. Kasi usually yung mga chart nila yung mga mas maayos, mas maganda, mas madali rin i-trade. So, start tayo sa MPI. Okay? MPI, what I do usually is I find a higher time frame to base my range on. Tapos doon ako lagi nagsisimula kapag blanco pa yung chart. Okay? Itong MPI, medyo tumaas na no? But i-assume natin na parang mga ganito pa lang nakikita natin sa chart. Okay? Mahirap kasi maghanap ng chart right now na hindi pa tumataas kasi medyo bullish na yung market lately, di ba? So, medyo nahirapan ako mag example kung mga nanonood ng live, kung meron kayong request, kung meron kayong maisip na chart, let me know. We can do that too. But for now, I'm gonna use this as an example. Normally, ko ako lang, personally, hindi ako lumalagpas ng 3 months. Bakit? Kasi quarterly chart, medyo sobrang taas na yung time frame para sa akin eh. In and out lang naman ako mag-trade. So it doesn't really matter to me what it looks like sa sobrang taas na time frame. Heck, even sa 3 months, what it looks like per se, kumbaga kung itong itsura ba na to is bullish, bearish, it doesn't matter. All that I use it for is to help me determine a range. And how do I find that? Usually, naghahanap ako ng candle. I look back, no? I go to the left na parang pumapasok sa loob ng range niya yung mga candle or candles na kasunod niya. In the case of MPI, it's this, the January candle. So, ayusin lang natin yung mga line para clear tayo, no? Ayan, so makapal na blue na line yung gagamitin natin. Okay, so kung makikita nyo, okay, this candle, the April candle, and this candle, the July candle, both traded within the range of the January candle, more or less. I know may lag-excess ng konti dito. Huwag nyo muna kagad isipin yon. Ang mahalaga is etong candle na to, tong January candle, more or less nakain niya tong dalawang candle to, nag-trade sa loob niya. Okay? Now that I have that range, what do I do? Dadahan-dahanin ko na bumaba. Bakit important yung range na yun? So, i-pretend natin, no, na wala pa to, ha? Na wala pa tong candle na to. Kung kaya ko sanang takpan, tatakpan ko, pero hindi ko, hindi ko alam paano gawin eh. So, okay? Next. So, when you go down a time frame, makikita natin na, okay, etong range na to, yung ginawa ng 3 months na to, itong quarter na to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 months siya, more or less, nag-trade sa loob ng range na yon, di ba? So we know we have something. Okay, I know madalas ang ginagawa ng tao kapag nag-range is tinadarvas, parang something like that, di ba? So either like this, like that, depende, gusto nyo body to body, whatever. And I'm not saying that's wrong. All I'm saying is it's a very tight way of looking at things na hindi ko personally ginagamit gaano kasi hindi ko siya matrade sa loob nung rectangle niya, sa loob nung box. Diba? Kasi by default, ang Darvas box, what we're looking for is a breakout or a breakdown or whatever, or a tight consolidation, or kung ano pa man din yung hinahanap nyo gamit ng whatever system na ginagamit nyo. Okay? But itong tinuturo ko, it allows you to trade the range itself. Okay? So, kunyari, we look back. Ano pa ba pwede natin gamitan nun? Pwedeng ito rin. Diba? This candle basically ate all the other candles along the way. Diba? Technically speaking, pwede rin ito. Okay? Pero for our example, itong sa baba lang muna gagamitin ko para lang hindi magulo at madaling maintindihan. Okay? So now that I have that range and I know na may validation ako, may veracity, it traded inside the range for a while. I draw a fib from top to bottom, then I find the 50% range, which in this case is 3.05. So mag-drawing tayo ng line sa 3.05. Okay? Itong line na to, gagawin nating black. Tapos inipisan natin ng konti, again, para mas madaling ma-identify along the way. I'll even put a label on it, which is middle of the range or mid-range. Okay? So yan, meron na tayo ng range na yan. What happens kapag from here, we go down even further? So we go down sa weekly, and then we start seeing, okay, itong range na to, what did happen? It held, itong mid-range na to pala, sorry. What did happen? This mid-range, even if you pull it to the left, makikita nyo it acted as support here, resistance here, support here, then eventually it moved up. Whenever price broke below it or broke above it, rinespect siya the other way around, di ba? So we know it's a level na kahit papano may strength, meron lakas. So again, I'll pretend na wala pa yan, no? Let's just pull back here. So makita natin, okay, nung nag-breakdown, ano nangyari? Price tried to trade above it again, ayaw, tried again, ayaw. But when it eventually broke out, nag-hold na. Nung bumalik, nag-hold, then it pushed higher. Okay? Clear so far? Wala namang questions? Okay? So, meron na akong working range. Alam ko na, okay, rinirespeto to ng price. Diba? Pwede ko siyang i-trade. Pero paano ko siya i-trade? Pag ganun lang. Diba? So what I do, and what you can do as well, is you can further segment tong range na to. Okay? So I take the upper end of the range, the higher end, and then yung mid-range. And I find the mid-range there, which is 3.43. Okay, so again, drawingan lang natin really fast. Okay, so 3.43. Okay. Then I also take ito, papunta sa baba. Then yung 50% din niya, which is 2.66. Okay. Then pwede na tanggalin. Now, gawin ko lang tong mas manipis pa ulit ng konti para lang ma-differentiate nyo yung lines. Gawin natin, I don't know, red. Okay, gawin natin red. Okay. So, pag ganito na ang itsura, anong makikita natin? Hindi ba, nung nabuo natin yung range natin, what happened? Price tried to trade above this. It held. It broke down a little bit. It respected this level. Diba? It acted as support and resistance here. Then when it broke out, support. Nag-hold na to. Nag-hold na tong mid-range natin. Tapos, dahil nag-hold siya, tumuloy na. It pushed higher. Then as I said kanina, nung nag-break sa mid-range, ano na tinignan natin? When it broke out of the mid-range, price tried to trade back below it. Mid-range held, then we push higher. So obviously kanina, nung sa monthly tayo tumitingin, hindi natin kita ibang nuances sa ganito kasi malaki yung mga candles dun, di ba? But dito, kitang-kita na natin siya. Price pushed higher. Then what happened? When it broke above this level here, it acted as support. Then price push even higher. Then what happened? When it broke down here, acted as resistance, went back mid-range na naman. Then we push higher again. Where did we find resistance? Dito na naman. Sa mid-range between this segment. Then we push higher. Saan tayo nakahanap ng support? Doon na naman, di ba? Saan tayo nakahanap ng support? Doon na naman. And then eventually we push higher hanggang nabasag na natin yung top end ng range. At saan tayo nakahanap ng support? Again, sa top end ng range before we pushed higher. Okay? So, another way I typically look at this is normally, when price is in the top half of the segment, mas bullish ako. Parang typical Darvas, yung lahat na natutunan nyo online. So, if price is in the top half of the range, then typically you can be a bit more bullish. If price is at the bottom end of the range, then you can be a bit more bearish. But as you can see from this alone, not only were you able to determine the range a lot early on, di ba? You were able to determine din paano mo siya iti-trade ng maayos. Okay? I am not gonna discuss in this video how I would personally have traded this, but kita nyo naman from the example alone na maraming opportunities para makapasok at matrade itong particular na issue na to. Okay? Now, pagka kunwari, gusto nyo pa ng mas mababang time frame, pwede nyo rin namang gawin. Pagka kunyari, gusto nyo ng mas mataas na time frame, kunyari sa yearly nyo gusto gawin, pwede nyo rin namang gawin. As I said, the only reason kung bakit di ko siya ginawa is hindi siya angkop sa the way that I trade. Okay? Moving on. Let's do another example, no? Really fast. Ano ba yung mga lumilipad lately? MRC. Okay, MRC. Let me remove my drawings. Okay. So again, simula tayo sa 3 months. Okay, zoom in lang ng konti. And as we can see, price was trading within this range. Okay, so gagawin natin blue ulit, gagawin natin makapal ulit para kitang-kita. Price was trading within this range. May candle sa loob, candle sa loob. It tried to break out but didn't. Diba? Okay, meron na tayong range. Then we go to the 1 month, we look. Okay, so ganun na naman. After we were able to establish the range, price more or less traded within it for about 6 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Basically, meron ka lang confirmation na, okay, the range is valid because price traded within it for a certain amount of time. Kapag masyadong maliit yung pinili mong range, obviously, hindi mo pwedeng gawin tong ginagawa. Kasi, kunyari, 27 cents, sabi mo, range ko 25 to 27, iti-trade mo pa ba yun? Diba? Ito 11 to 27, it's a decent range. Okay? So, same banana. We take high to the low, 50%. Okay? Draw a line. 19. Lagyan natin ng codigs. Lagyan natin itim. Pagpisin konti. Okay? Next. Yung middle ng range na to. So, from the top hanggang 19. Okay? So, ang middle is 23. Okay? So, lagyan natin. Okay? So, lagyan natin pula ulit. Tapos gawin natin manipis. Okay? Tapos yung bottom half naman. 15. Yung niya. Alright. So, meron na tayo nung parang range and drawing natin kanina sa MPI. Okay? So, sa weekly pa lang, kita naman na kagad natin how well respect yung mga levels natin. Considering random ko lang pinili itong mga ito, no? Hindi ko ito pinagplanuhan or anything. So, ito yung range na form natin. What happened? When price traded above it, it came back, acted as support, pushed up. Saan tumulak? Dito pa lang sa mid-range, di na diba? It tried, it failed. Then it went up. Saan tayo nakaharap na resistance? Dito, sa gitna ng segment na dalawa, when it broke out, saan tayo nakaharap ng support? Dito na naman. Di ba? So, hindi naman natin plinano yan. Di ba? Nag-drawing lang tayo ng range. Binase lang natin sa pinag-usapan natin. Then from there, okay, nakagawa tayo ng malinis na tawag ito, range na may segments that will help us plan our trades moving forward. So as I said, tinan mo dito sa daily, price came here, saan tayo resistance, saan nakahanap na support, resistance, broke out, resistance. Di ba? Here, resistance, broke out, support, then eventually pushed higher. Di ba? So, it's a very handy trick. I would like to claim credit na ako yung naka-invento, but honestly, tinuro lang to sa akin ng isang kakilala ko rin. Remifine ko lang ng konti para maging something na pwede kong gamitin pang trade. Okay, kasi yung tinuro sa akin before was more or less just finding the top and bottom end of the range, tapos doesn't matter. Basta binacktest ko lang siya. Okay, so you will find na for a lot of charts, lalo na nga sa mga charts na sinabi ko na basta yung maganda yung itsura, hindi yung barcode na itsura, how well these levels are respected. Ngayon, kung scalper ka, you can go even further. Segment the ranges more. So, segment mo na naman to, tong bottom half, tong top half, segment mo na naman to, segment mo na naman yan. I mean, don't go too crazy. don't go segmenting everything to the point na puro guhit na lang yung buong chart mo. But as you can see, malinis. Okay, malinis yung ginagawa natin ganito. Helps you break the chart down, helps you do it really fast. And for what? Like 2 to 5 minutes worth of work. It takes a little bit of practice lang finding that candle that helps you determine your range for the next couple of months or next few months. Then from there, 2 to 5 minutes of work, okay ka na. Wala ka na ibang kailangan lagay sa chart. Diba? Okay, and then I promised I was also going to discuss a little bit about support and resistance, where I put my support and resistance levels, and why I draw them in certain areas na maaring hindi ka nag-agree or hindi kayo nag-agree. But this is how I like doing it, and you don't have to do it that way. It's just, ito na yung nakasanayan ko. So, hanap na naman tayo lang tayong ibang chart. So far, okay mga may letter M. So, sige, IMI. Okay, IMI, may letter M. Oops, ang dami nakalagay. Pili tayo na iba para di ko nabuburahin muna. Ano pa ba? DNL. Okay, mas konti nakalagay. Good. Remove drawings. Okay. Okay, so how do I go about plotting support and resistance sa isang chart? So, normally, ang support and resistance, ginalagay ko na lang siya parang as added confluence and augmentation dun sa paghahanap ko ng range. Okay, kasi eventually, yung range ko, limited lang yan eh, di ba? Pag lahat ninagyan ko ng range, gugulo kasi. I need to work at a certain segment, at a certain time, or at a certain level. So, kanya ito, dito sa level na yan, dyan ako nag-work. Then, from there, mas madali akong makahanap ng plano. But eventually, I still do need support and resistance levels kasi I need to plot where price might go along the way. And the way I do support and resistance, number one, is yung normal na lines lang. So I always start sa monthly. Bakit? Kasi usually, dyan yung mas malinis kagad eh. Kita mo kagad kung ano yung, tawag ito? Kung ano yung mga fractal points. Okay? Fractal, hindi yung parang kay Boss Pai na, tawag ito? Na parehong itsura. Fractal, what I mean is, Williams fractal. So meron tayong indicator nun dito sa sa Investa. So Williams fractal. Tapos magkakaroon ng mga triangle. So what I do is I use that as a guide when plotting out my support and resistance. Hindi ko na-explain kung paano na-draw out yung fractal ha. Ma-research naman sa internet yan. So this is a good level down here. Diba? This is a good level here. This is a good level here. Whoopsie. And this is a good level here. And that is a good level there. Okay? Lahat yan may basehan, may fractal na kinuha kung saan may triangle. Bakit dyan? Obvious naman eh. Dito yung last swing low ng price. Tried to move higher, failed, collapsed. Last low, may strong low dito where price stayed above it for a while but when it eventually broke through it, ang lakas. Diba? I am almost sure na kapag tinignan natin to sa mas mababang time frame, may resistance na naganap dito. Okay. Next, bababa ako sa weekly. Okay. Ay, sorry, may isa pa pala dito. Isang level here. Okay, bakit? Kasi nag-form tayo ng range dyan. Untog-untog-untog yung price, saka tayo nag-breakout. Now, pwede naman kung mas aggressive kayo or mas gusto nyo na sa body kayo maglagay ng support and resistance, doesn't really matter. Pwede nyo lagay dito. It's really up to you. Ang important lang naman is you need to realize na at support and resistance, hindi siya end all and be all in the sense na hindi nyo pwedeng ipilit na bakit hindi siya sakto na untog sa kunyari 5.67 or sa 3.97. Bakit kunyari 5.67 pumunta siya ng 5.64 doon ako sa 5.67 gusto maghintay it just doesn't work that way. Okay, this you have to think of it as an area. Okay, which brings me to the second way that I draw support and resistance, and that's in terms of areas. So I like finding mga area tulad ng ganito and drawing it out, then just extending the area outwards. That way, nakukuha ko yung buong area na possible na support level nito. Hindi lang yung eksakto. Here, I draw it out. Diba? So, papakita ko yan mamaya pa. Sa akin kasi so far nagkakaroon ako minsan ng problema sa Investa kapag nag-drawing ako ng mga ganito. Minsan hindi nag-reflect sa lower time frames. Pero let's try tingnan natin kung okay. So mga ganyan, di ba? Same thing here. Meron ditong okay? Isang buong level yan eh. So, para minsan, ginagawang ganito, para ma-imagine ko lang na kapag nauntog dito, malamang may matigas na resistance na pwede ako i-expect. Same here, matigas na support na pwede ko i-expect. Let's move lower. Oopsie, nawala lahat ng ano ko. Alright. Okay, so hindi ko lang na-check, no? So, I like tag to? Gusto ko yung mga support and resistance levels ko. Kunyari, monthly, kita ko sa lahat ng time frame. Pero pagka kunyari, weekly support resistance level lang. Sa weekly and daily ko na siya makikita pababa. Parang ganun lang. Okay, so sa weekly, pwede natin i-refine ng konti yung area natin. Diba? Bakit? Kasi mas meron na tayong mga pwedeng drawingan na levels eh. So, meron dito. Ito yung last high. Bago tayo nag-breakout. In fact, price tried to. Dito tayo nag-push. Swung lower. Then price push higher. So, may support tayo dito. Ito, may last support tayo dito. Dito yung monthly natin, no? But nakikita naman natin, meron maliit dito. Pwede, kung talagang gusto nyo, lagyan nyo ng line. I don't bother kasi ang lapit-lapit lang naman. And in my head, I know it's an area. Diba? Tapos dito, may last low tayo. Okay, whether you draw it here or draw it here, again, doesn't matter because you consider this as an area. Lahat yan. I just like drawing it to sa baba kasi nga, alam ko naman natitignan ko siya as an area. And then finally, I go to daily and then I flesh it out. So I put a level here. Okay, so obvious naman kung bakit dyan. Support, resistance, resistance, support, support. Okay. Broke out this level into this resistance. So, minsan, pagka kunwari ganito, ginagamit ko rin siya. Kasi kaya nag-breakout. Okay, sige. Pero may resistance pa tayo dito eh. 'Di ba? Hindi lahat ng breakout ibig sabihin lilipad to the moon eh. So, kaya rin ako naglalagay in advance ng ganito mga levels para na-anticipate ko lang kung saan pwede may untog and things like that. Okay? So, level there, level there. Okay, so napapansin nyo, hindi naman lahat na fractal inalagyan ko na level. No? Bakit? Kasi the way price moved here, I can't honestly say na may matigas na support na mangyayari dito eh. Diba? Pwede tayong mag-drawing ng fib levels, but honestly, uh, fib levels I don't use as my primary tool to find support and resistance. Alam ko kanina, pinakita ko ginagamit just sa ranges, but since I measure everything or I look at everything in terms of area, it doesn't matter as much. Diba? Dodrawingan ko pa rin siya ng ganitong type of support and resistance after ko siya lagyan ng range eh. So, pwede ko pang sukat-sukatin, pwede ko pang hanap-hanapin, parang i-finesse ko, pwede pa. Diba? Yes, technically, pwede ka maglagay dito, but you really expect na if price pushes down here na talagang mag-react tong level na to as strong support? And if it does, or if it did, it pushes down here and it acted as strong support, where do you expect price to go? Okay? So, drawing levels or drawing ranges or whatever it is just a minor step. Okay? May nag-comment sa akin sa Investa why I'm teaching it for free. Because this is a very small step of the process. Yung mas important na kailangan matutunan is yung feel eh. 'Di ba? You need to be able to identify yung mga levels na mas important, mga levels na mas hindi. You still put in the levels na mas hindi because you could be wrong. Price could go there, react bullishly, at least you know na okay, sige, pwede doon. But you need to be able to ascertain sa simula pa lang, okay, sige, itong mga levels na to or itong area na to, medyo important to. And if price does go there, then it's an area where I can do business. Okay, and that's another thing that I wanted to discuss really quickly. But I'll do it in another video kasi humahaba na to. Okay. Then finally, chart request. Ayun nga, dahil napareset tayo, wala na akong nahabol na chart request, no? So we won't be doing it here. But if you watch this video, even if you watch it at a later date, and may gusto kang i-request a chart or anything, you can message me sa Twitter or sa Investa or even here sa Facebook. All my details are down below. Kung makikita nyo ito sa baba, may mga logo-logo, ano sa Facebook, ano sa Twitter, ano sa Instagram. Although, honestly, hindi ako gano'ng marunong Instagram, so I'm not often there. Okay? So you can message me there and I'm more than happy to help out. Tapos kung meron naman kayong mga questions, ganun, no problem din. Again, more than happy to answer a few questions. Ang important lang is wag sana tatamad-tamad. If you want to ask something, make sure na pinag-aralan mo na muna kahit papano para pag nag-usap tayo, medyo mas madali. 'Di ba? Parang kukunwari, example lang, no? Parang sabihin mo sa akin, bakit walang confluence dyan ng moving averages, ganun. Mahirap pag-usapan yun eh. Because ano yung sasagot ko sa'yo? 'Di ba? Parang hindi ko alangan naman sabihin ko, hindi, mali kasi yung moving average eh. Hindi ko na pwede sabihin yun eh, 'di ba? Kasi I know for a fact that moving averages do sometimes work as support and or as resistance. It's just that I don't use them as much. 'Di ba? But if you want to discuss na, okay, sige, eto, bakit ito naging ganyan? Ganito, ganyan. Sabi mo, may uslitong ganito, dapat dito yung ganyan mo, na ganyan, ganyan, bla, 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 bla. Ayun, pwede natin pagtalunan yun, pwede natin pag-usapan yun. We can have a good discussion about that. Di ba? Pwede mo sabihin sa akin na, okay, itong range mo kasi ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. Ayun, pag may ganong klaseng tanong, no problem, pwede natin pag-usapan yun. Pero speaking of which, no, para lang makita nyo, lagay lang natin sa quarterly, no? Actually, pangit yung quarterly nito. Mas maganda pa yung 1 month. So in this particular instance, no, lagay lang natin. So, paano nga ba kung linagyan ko pa ito ng range? Last example ko na. Humahaba na kasi. Okay, may range here. May range na sa baba. Okay? I-shortcut ko na para mabilis. So, 50%, 5.79. 5.79. Again, ibahin natin kulay konti. Ganito na, dark gray. Gawin na lang natin yung butas-butas para ma-differentiate natin siya sa mga ginawa natin kanina. Then, ganoon na naman. Coordinates 5.79. Ano ba? 4.88. 4.88. Then, let's do it the flip side. 6.7. Alright. So, let's pretend na yan. Okay? So, drinawingan din natin ng range. Pag bumaba tayo sa daily natin, okay, may kita natin that a lot of what we drew correspond more or less, as I said, it's an area dun sa mga drawing natin support and resistance level. This is is close to both this and this. Diba? Same general vicinity. Ito medyo mas malayo, no? So pag ganito, I'll keep it intact. As we can see, it acted as both support, resistance, support, resistance, support, support, then it moved up, 'di ba? Ito I probably won't bother kasi nga ang lapit lang naman. 'Di ba? Ito rin I won't bother, but as you can see, it also respected it almost to the tick. Okay? So again, ganyan lang. The range is there. I found the range. Ito, I'll probably keep this in. Okay? Kita ko, may top end of the range and medyo lumalapit na yung price doon. Alam ko na ito, more or less, is the quarter mark, half mark, and then ito yung isa. So again, you can plan your trades accordingly. Diba? When price pulled back here, saan pa tayo nakahanap ng support? Diba? Malapit din dito. Again, areas. Okay? So I hope may natutunan po kayo sa video to. I will upload this to YouTube as well and share the link sa Investa. It would really help me out. If kung may natutunan kayo, give me a like, subscribe, and see you in the next video.